welcome back to my channel for another reading. As you can see, we kind of got a theme going on here with all the moons. And the reason for that is because I knew that I wanted to film today, and what came to me as I was thinking about, okay, what message should I be saying today? And then I just kept thinking about moon, like the moon, and I'm like, okay, what about the moon? what is there about the moon? And the only thing I can really think of that was like right off the bat was cycles. And so that kind of made me think of like, okay, well, maybe the general message for today is about going through cycles and phases like we all do. We can go through them multiple times in a year. We can go through them every like couple of years, maybe even in a month, so maybe there's something going on for the collective about cycles and phases, going through a phase. And then as I was putting together this setup and pulling out the cards that I wanted to use for the reading today, which, by the way, many of them have moons on them that I felt drawn to. Not all of them. I think there's like only 3 out of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 decks that I've pulled out. 10 if you're counting this other deck that I will be getting into in just a moment about some cards that popped out for me. But yeah, all of these cards just about have a moon on them, whether it's a phase, kind of like this one where it's showing all the different phases, or it's just a basic moon like this crescent moon here. But yeah, as I'm pulling out these cards, a deck that I may not use today, I don't know. I haven't gotten into these piles just yet. For this reading at least, I've gone back to filming the intro first, and then I'm getting into the readings, so I don't know what these readings are going to be about. But I did pull out another deck that, again, I don't know if I'm going to be using today or not, but it did feel like this was a message that needed to be for the collective, just a general message to give during this intro, which I've never really had before. I don't think so. At least I don't think so. I don't think I've pulled cards for an intro before. And I just automatically started shuffling my deck, which, by the way, it looks like this. Looks like this with the moons, the triple moon on it. And this is the deck that I'm most connected with because it was my very first deck that I got about 10 years ago. And yeah, 2 cards popped out immediately. And what do I see first? I see the moon. Got the moon card. I'm going to put that here just for a moment. And then what also popped out was the Fool. So right away, with these 2 cards popping out, I was like, okay, so perhaps it's kind of like a day and night situation almost, even though I know the Fool is not the sun card, but that's kind of the vibe that I was getting. Blissfulness, lightness, happiness versus shadows, the moon, literally, night, things like that. So I was kind of like, okay, these are almost feeling like they're complete opposites of each other. So then kind of made me think of like, okay, well, maybe like some shadow work or living in your shadows, or it's kind of ending in a way. That's kind of what I'm feeling overall for the general amount of you watching right now. And then I started feeling like I needed to pick up another deck, and I did, but I just flipped it over, and what do I see on the bottom of this deck is Eclipse. And what this says on the bottom is dance with your shadows, discover hidden aspects of yourself in the darkness. And then I kind of saw the tie between these two cards. I'm just going to put it here maybe for now. No, I'm going to put it over the Fool for just a moment. Maybe it can stay there. That'll be fun. So then I'm like, okay, so that does kind of tie in with what I was vibing in with the Fool and the Moon. Dance with your shadows, discover hidden aspects of yourself in the darkness. So maybe it's a little bit less of shadow work, but maybe accepting yourself as you are, both light and dark, and because both of those aspects make you who you are. So just kind of an acceptance in a way, and then feeling freer about it. When I saw the eclipse, I also thought about the recent lunar eclipse that we just had. And so I had to laugh about that. And then I kind of thought like, okay, well, maybe some of you, or even most of you, since this, again, is a general thing, maybe you knew about the lunar eclipse. And because whether you actually do tarot yourself, your own kind of psychic work, or, witchy kind of stuff, witchcraft kind of stuff, whatever you do, or you watch this kind of stuff, you don't necessarily do it, but you watch it and maybe you believe in it, or you're kind of even on the fence of believing in it, but because of how maybe your life is going right now, you're just kind of like, okay, why not? What the heck? Let's go ahead and manifest with this lunar eclipse. So that's kind of something that I was feeling as well from just picking out this card. That maybe this is something some of you have been doing. And then now you're here watching this reading, going to be picking from these 3 piles. And we can see if maybe it is connected to your manifestation, or maybe there's something that, we're kind of in the dark about, you're not really seeing. So that's a possibility. Again, I don't know. Haven't looked at the piles just yet. But then I'm starting to get prepared. I laid out my cards and everything. I'm starting to shuffle for these cards here. And as I'm shuffling, one card popped out to me. It wasn't necessarily popping out to be laid out like, this for the piles, that it was for a specific pile. But I just felt this overwhelming sense of love. And I had seen the love card in this deck. And again, there's a moon there. And the only card that is being shown here, that the 4 cards that I just laid out that doesn't have a moon, is the Fool card. But I don't really think it even needs to. I just think the Fool card really embodies you. All of you watching, that it embodies you. And maybe going on this journey of what I feel mostly from this love card isn't romantic. It's more self-love. But also what I'm getting from it too is more of a collective love, like you're in a group kind of love. And that could possibly mean kind of looking at what this card looks like, maybe like a coven, coming together as a coven. Maybe you're finding your coven, maybe and you're actually going to have like acceptance and love. But this could really mean anything. It could be family. It could be friends. Anything that involves a community. And that's what I got just for an overall general feeling. That doesn't necessarily mean it's for one specific pile. It just means, as a whole, this is for everybody. And then to tie in with the crystals that I have laid out on this moon plate here, I've got a smoky quartz seer crystal, meaning that there is a side of it that is actually perfectly flat and smooth. I realize I'm not on the camera. It's perfectly flat and smooth, while the rest of it is a little bit rougher. Not necessarily like a rough quartz that's kind of like pokey and stuff. You know, it's the texture is just a little bit rougher. So I have a smoky quartz seer stone. I also have a clear quartz seer stone here. We have a good big piece here of onyx from India. And we also have some white jade. So those were the 4 crystals that I pulled out right away. And again, felt like that was more tied to this general reading. And so smoky quartz on its own is just talking about stability and grounding. We have clear quartz, which clear quartz in general is just a good substitute for any kind of crystal, but it itself is also a very good master healer. And it helps clear and open the mind to higher potential and infinite cosmic possibility. That's exactly what I was just reading, literally what I was just reading from Google here. And then we've got onyx, which symbolizes strength, perseverance, and the ability to overcome challenges. And the white jade is a calming stone believed to bring serenity, clarity, and direction. So all of those, if that resonates with you, for most of you, as I hope it should, because again, this is like an overall general thing. We're talking about bringing in stability. We're talking about having a clear direction. You know, maybe there's been some fogginess in the mind for most of you. I mean, what I was just talking about in my last reading that I had filmed, that I still currently need to edit as I'm filming this, but it will be up very soon. I don't have a title for it just yet. I don't think I do. Do I have a title for that yet? It was mainly talking about transformation. And I know, at least in one of the piles, I had talked about the world as a whole having such negativity in it. And that's kind of what I'm feeling like is going on with these crystals, with these cards that I just pulled out for this intro. That the world as a whole may be starting... Sorry. I forgot to mention that. My husband and I live with a roommate. She has 2 dogs, and they bark at anybody that crosses the street. So that's just what happened, probably. And if I have cuts at all in this video, it's probably because I had to get up and like let them out or something, or let them back in. Either way. But anywho, back to these crystals, that as a whole, that there may be some negativity lifting, fingers crossed, and maybe some clarity, that fogginess being cleared. And when I say that, it doesn't necessarily have to mean politics. That could be what many of you are thinking that I am saying, and it could be that. It could be. But I think the majority are going to be feeling like they can have a clear direction on where to go with things to make things better for either yourselves or possibly as a community. And then the next one, the next crystal I pulled out was pyrite. This has been showing up in the past 2 readings that I had just filmed before this one. And I know the pyrite had come out for a reading specifically in the first video that I had filmed recently. And then in the second one, it more so came out with, again, an overall general feeling. And I included that in the intro and had it stick around throughout all 3 readings. And here it is again. It's popping out again. And I felt like it really, again, needed to be here. And sure, yes, pyrite can attract money. If you have heard that before, it can attract money. And I felt like that was something that I needed to say today. Because it is known as a money magnet. But pyrite is also talking about kind of what I think we were just saying with either the smoky quartz or the onyx, maybe both of them, talking about grounding and also protection. So that again, I feel like is coming to the general viewers who are wanting, just people in general. So moving on now to these 3 piles, because I feel like I've pretty much have said what I needed to say about the general reading at this moment. So if you have never been in a pick a card reading before, let me go ahead and tell you how this works. So in front of me here, I've got 3 piles. You're going to pick from one of these 3 piles. If you feel drawn to more than one, that is okay. So if you feel like 1 and 2 are your piles, then go ahead and read 1 and 2. If you're unsure and want to read all 3 piles, that is fine. If you feel drawn to all 3 piles, that is also fine. There may be a message for you, like in little bits, in each pile. It could be the entire reading of that pile that resonates with you. But again, you just take what resonates with you, just like with this general reading here. You take what resonates. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to meditate on these cards. Again, we've got pile 1, 2, and 3. And we're just going to focus on these cards. And then I have another thing that I would like for you guys to meditate on. I'm going to be bringing out crystals. And I'm also going to be showing you guys what these 3 cards down here mean. And you are also going to be picking from them as well. So let me just go ahead and clear some space so you guys can look at your 3 cards better. There we go. We're going to take 3 deep breaths. Okay, and here are our 3 crystals on our 3 piles for you to choose from and meditate on. On pile 1, we have an African turquoise. On pile 2, we have Chinese turquoise. And on pile 3, we have some green jade. Okay, now with the crystal meditation over, I'm going to go ahead and flip over these 3 cards here on the bottom for you to also meditate on. For pile 1, we have the angel number 444. Pile 2, we have the angel number 123. And for pile 3, we have the angel number 999. Hello, Pile 1, and welcome to your reading. If you are here, that means you picked the African turquoise crystal along with the angel number 444. So we're going to go ahead actually and read what this card means for your angel number. So 444 means protection. This is your time to take confidence in all that you pursue. The divine universe is working through you and protecting you. Time has come to allow all the doors of opportunity to welcome you with open arms. And then there's an affirmation on the bottom saying, I feel the loving care of the divine protecting me. I allow myself to pursue growth and opportunity. Okay, so perhaps this angel number is going to connect with your reading, or it could also just serve as a message from your guides letting you know that you are protected right now with whatever you are pursuing. I am also going to go ahead and roll these new astral dice that I had just received not too long ago. I am still getting used to astrology kind of stuff. So I am going to either go ahead and say what resonates with me on what I need to say, or I am possibly going to look up a meaning on my computer that I have on to my left over here. Just, I just want to make sure that you guys get the right message through. And, even though I'm not entirely comfortable using these just yet, I did feel like that I needed to use them today. And I want to make sure that you get every message that you need possible. So let's go ahead. Wow. Let's see what that landed on. Also, where did my die go? One second as I find my die. Okay, found my die. And it actually landed on Libra. And so we're going to go with that. And we're going to roll these other two dice. Okay, we got the first house. And I am actually not entirely sure what that planet symbol is. One second, let me look that up for you. Okay, so figured out what that symbol was. It looked a little odd to me. It also had different versions online for some reason, but I did find out that you got Uranus. So you've got Libra and Uranus in the first house. And I went ahead and looked it up for you. This website is actually pretty good at defining what the planet and the sign mean when they're in a certain house together. So I'm just going to go ahead and read this whole thing, and you can see if it resonates with you at all. But Uranus in Libra in the first house. With Uranus in Libra in your first house, you are the living embodiment of a paradox. You're the kind of person who loves a good debate, but only if it's fair and balanced, which, again, like kind of how in my intro, what I was talking about with a past reading, I did talk about politics a little bit, so maybe you came from that reading, and this is, again, talking about you. You crave independence, yet you yearn for partnership. You're a unique individual who also values harmony and cooperation. In other words, you're a walking contradiction, but who isn't? Uranus in Libra bestows upon you a strong desire for freedom with relationships. You're not one for traditional roles or expectations, preferring instead to forge your own path. You crave a partner who respects your individuality and doesn't try to box you in. At the same time, you're drawn to the idea of partnership and balance. You're a bit like a tightrope walker, constantly striving to maintain your equilibrium while also seeking to stand out with the crowd. Now, with Uranus in your first house, your quest for independence and individuality is amplified. You're a bit of a rebel, aren't you? You have a knack for challenging the status quo and pushing boundaries. You're not afraid to stand up for what you believe in, even if it means going against the grain. Your sense of self is strong, and you're not easily swayed by others. You value your freedom and independence above all else, and you're not afraid to fight for it. But remember, with great power comes great responsibility. Your desire to individuality and freedom shouldn't come at the expense of others. Strive for balance in all things, just as your Libra placement suggests right here. To sum up, you're a unique individual with a strong sense of self, a desire for freedom, and a knack for challenging the status quo. You value balance and harmony, but you're not afraid to stand up for what you believe in. You're a bit of a paradox, but that's what makes you, you. All right, so hopefully that bit from that website resonated with you. If I remember, I will link that website down below because it's actually pretty cool what it can do. So I'm going to go ahead and place your astrodice here. We got Libra, Uranus, and first house. Okay. All right. So now let's go ahead and look at these oracle cards first before we get into your tarot cards. So first we've got Radiant. We've got Confidence. And we've got Evolve. Beautiful cards. This is a new deck to me still. Did not come with a guidebook, so I am definitely going to be challenging myself here and just reading with what I get. Again, we have moons in all three images. Got Evolve here with the butterfly talking about transformation, which has been a running theme lately in my readings. We also have a bird here. We have an owl. That's something else that's kind of sort of been popping up as well. Okay, actually what she has in her hand here isn't actually a moon. I thought it was like a moon. Which, well, actually, no, it is a crescent moon. But it also kind of looks like she was looking in a mirror, because there's a face on that crescent moon. And this is the Radiant card. And maybe when it talks about, you know, for the general with like self-love, kind of seeing yourself looking in a mirror and thinking about yourself as radiant, beautiful, gorgeous even. And then these two images, I feel, immediately went together just by the depiction of this person in the image. You know, their back is turned to us. They have a cloak over their head. Both images have a cat. And I kind of feel like you have the confidence, maybe with this protection from your guides, in pursuing it. Yeah, because it did say, this is your time to make confidence in all that you pursue. And we literally got the confidence card. So pursuing what it is that you want, and then evolving into this beautiful butterfly. confidence in your self-image, perhaps. Let's go ahead and get some tarot cards. This deck literally just arrived today. And this deck I felt very drawn to. And when I was starting up my channel again, I felt like this deck was calling to be used, even though I had just placed the order. Oops. That was 2 cards, I think. Even though I had just placed the order on them. And I'm just like, Spirit, I literally can't. The cards haven't even shipped yet. And this place usually takes a while on their shipping. And so I'm like, we need to go with another deck. Is there another deck that I have that relates to it? And I kind of felt like the energy was just kind of like, oh, okay, fine. We'll go with this deck. Okay, that was actually more cards than I thought. But we're going to go with them, actually. So first we have 6 of Wands, 7 of Wands, got the Magician, High Priestess, 5 of Swords, and the Empress. Okay. Let me make sure all of these cards are fitting in. Okay. I mean, right away from the 6 of Wands, just because of this, how this image is, it's just, I feel like it's rejoicing. And again, there's that sense of community that I was talking about in the intro. We also have another sense of community here as well. Ouch. And we also have family with the Empress. Perhaps having the confidence to stand in with a crowd that you feel like you belong in. Putting in the work is what I'm feeling like with these, the 7 of Wands here, and even the Magician. Becoming an expert at your work and really like loving what you're doing. We also have a moon on the Magician as well. We also have a moon in here. And there may be, with this 5 of Swords here, there may be people against you who may not agree with you. And this may start some quarrels. But I still see you, especially with this Empress card, finding your family. That's kind of what I'm hearing right now, finding your family. It doesn't necessarily have to be blood. Family is what you make it to be. Even here with the 7 of Wands, like you have this man here supporting her in what she's doing and even helping her out as well. perhaps for some of you being even a leader in your group. Apologies for the cut. I went to go check on my friend's dogs, but then she ended up coming home, and so you may hear her walking around. But what was I saying? So we were talking about possibly maybe even leading a community. Having the confidence to possibly having the confidence to do the thing that other people may not really believe that you are capable of doing or that you should do. Having the confidence to be a leader. Let's go ahead and get some oracle cards. Get some more oracle cards in me. Perhaps even with this Five of Swords, because they're back to back like this, I'm also kind of thinking, you being as a leader, maybe there's somebody else who also wants to be in your position. You are good enough. Full moon in Virgo. I mean, that's plain and simple right there. You are good enough. I'm just talking, I'm starting to talk about leadership again, and then that card falls out. You're good enough to do it. Have the confidence to do it. You're going to evolve into an amazing leader. And you're going to find the right community for you. And your family. That is too many. Nope. Too many. Way too many. I'm also kind of interested in this High Priestess card right here. With the image of a face in the sky watching over. And I'm kind of wondering if that is possibly your guides watching over you. But I feel like it's something else. I don't really feel like it's just your guides. Perhaps it's other people watching you. Of course, this card really makes me reach for it. Okay, we got full moon in Cancer. Let your fears dissolve. Oh my god, on my computer, or at least on my camera, because I can see how I'm filming. Look at that. It's like the moon is glowing. Oh, that's so cool. Let your fears dissolve. You got nothing to worry about. You are good enough. Cancer to me is also about the home as well. Family. I'm looking at Virgo here next to this Radiant card. There's a image of a woman in the moon. She's got a crown of flowers in her hair. And that immediately made me think of radiance, beauty, seeing the inner beauty, possibly even feeling more beautiful because you're embracing who you are and you found a community to feel loved in, which then also helps you love yourself. In this first image here, because I've been focusing on this woman in a white robe, that kind of seems like it's going down the line until we get to here, but it looks like it's the same woman that is kneeling on the ground. But this person here in the white robe has a necklace of flowers. Blossoming into yourself is also what I'm hearing. Blooming into yourself, who you really are. Also have flowers in this pot next to her while she's working and getting the help that she is asking for and having the acceptance she is asking for. I also just got a feeling, this is smaller than the help, but like that this man could also represent somebody maybe trying to tell you how to do things, which is why he's like pointing here like, no, do it this way, or almost kind of like scolding in a way, but she's not listening to him. Because earlier I didn't say anything, but I did kind of make a image connection to this man and this man over here. They looked similar to me. But you aren't listening. You're not listening to the fear. You're thinking that you're good enough. You have the confidence to ignore that person. And that may start some quarrels. But you're going to evolve into who you want to be. You just need to let go of the fear and have the confidence to be you and pursue what you want. Let's go ahead with this oracle. I feel like that one wanted to pop out. So we're going to go with it. Priestess. How are you being called to step up and lead? This card has popped up before. I think it was in the last video that I did. And we were just talking about leadership. How are you being called to step up and lead in your community? I know last time this card popped up in a reading, we were talking about gut reactions. She literally has a light right where her stomach is, like gut instinct. And so that may be coming through again, listening to your gut instinct, letting the fear, go, reminding yourself you're good enough. And you're going to step up and lead. Perhaps you came from that reading and whatever was said resonated with you, and that gave you the courage and the confidence that you needed to do it. I have also been kind of feeling with this reading maybe a religious circle. And I'm just getting goosebumps off that too as well. It doesn't matter what religion I'm talking about, or, that's coming up. It really doesn't matter. It could be tarot, it could be witchcraft, it could be Christianity, Buddhism, Judaism, Hinduism, whatever, okay? It can be anything. Perhaps, since at this moment we're getting a lot of feminine images, maybe you do identify as a woman, and perhaps this community doesn't necessarily see women as leaders, and you're changing that. Okay, so let's go with our next set here. This and this actually feel like they wanted to come out. You've got guidance. Seek guidance from within. The answers you seek are in the cards. We were talking about that gut reaction. Now we'll put it here. Can I put it here? Yeah, you can still see it. Seek guidance from within. The answers you seek are in the cards. So perhaps you're reading this, or you're listening to this reading right now, and perhaps I just gave you the answer, or your guides gave you the answer, whatever I said, or whatever you see laying out here before me gave you the answer. But also seek guidance from within. Again, still talking about that gut reaction, that you probably already know what to do. You just need to listen to that inner self of yours. And next we have mysteries. Unlock ancient secrets. The past holds the keys to your future. Okay. Another goosebumps there for me. So perhaps there has been something in your past that relates to this. Holds the keys to your future. So that could also be the answer that you need. Excuse me. I don't know why, but I just, in my mind, saw literally somebody like taking a key and opening a box. Something from your past holds the keys to your future. That feels like very specific, but I feel like I need to say that there could be a box that you know about that's from your past. Maybe it's been in the family. Maybe it's in your house, like in the attic. Yeah, again, this is very specific, but that's what's coming to me. holds the keys to your future. There's something that literally needs to be opened, and that'll give you the answers that you need. I don't know who that is for. I don't know if I'm going to get any more than that because this is a general reading. But I got goosebumps and just this crazy feeling that that was something that needed to be said. Unlock ancient secrets, perhaps, probably from like a past family member. Ask somebody about that. If that resonates with you at all, ask somebody about that. Guidance from somebody. Guidance you seek is in the box. It may not be an attic. It could be resembling, something else in a different room. But to me, like, attics are, it's old. It's dusty, musty. There's an old-timey kind of sense to it, kind of feeling to it whenever I think about an attic. So it may not literally be an attic. It could be the feeling of the past. Somebody from your past, somebody in the family who is like a grandmother figure, grandfather figure, something like that, a grandparent, great-grandparent, something like that. That's been carried down through generations, possibly. Okay, I don't think I'm going to get any more on that. So we are going to look at this new deck that I also got. This is more of a direct timing of when you should see things evolve. So I'm actually looking to get 2 cards for this since it is a general. Okay. So a card that really wanted interesting. Okay, so this isn't really a timing. Well, I guess it says it's in the past. The past holds the keys to your future. So I think once you find that, it really is just going to unlock everything. And then it's time to move forward. Okay. So the time to move forward is now. Kind of thinking if we want to draw another card. Spirit, when do we want Or when can we see this evolution happening? Kind of felt like one wanted to come out and then it went back in. I'm going to go with these two. Next summer, for some of you, and have faith, divine timing is at play. Okay. So I may not get any more answers than that. So for some of you, next summer, you could see this evolution happening, you know, this end result happening. So this kind of sounds like a little over half a year for some of you. But then have faith, divine timing is at play. So it all depends on, I think, when you possibly see this reading, or when you possibly like just have that aha moment of like, oh, I need to look at whatever this past thing is, and then it's just going to unfold from there. But your guides have a plan for you, and you just need to trust that it's all going to work out in the end. You just need to put in that work and have that confidence to pursue what you want. Have the confidence to maybe ask questions. Have the confidence to ask about the past. Have the confidence to actually move forward. But the time to move forward is now. So we're going to go ahead and get one more card to wrap up this reading. I'm kind of looking at this little crab here in this card of Let Your Fears Dissolve. And this little crab is just looking out at the moon. But I kind of got a vibe of like you looking out at what you've accomplished and feeling so proud of yourself. Especially when I had drawn that card and it looked like it was glowing on the camera. Like, that glowing can also be you with the radiance. Okay, just want one card. One affirmation. There we go, finally. Ooh, have an owl just like on that radiant card. I do whatever it takes to get closer to consciousness. I do whatever it takes to get answers, is what I heard first. I do whatever it takes to get closer to my goals. I do whatever it takes to get closer I think I just said goal, to get closer to this Empress card over here. Get closer to what I want. Do whatever it takes to get closer to leading. Do whatever it takes to lead. Yeah. Whew, okay, so that was quite of a lot. That was a lot. But I do think that is all I have for you guys today. I hope what I had said resonated with you. Good luck with your journey ahead. And I really do hope you find those answers that you're looking for. But just remember, it's time to move forward. You got to take the action now. So yeah, I hope you have a great rest of your day, great rest of your week, and I will see you next time. Bye! Hello, Pile 2, and welcome to your reading. If you are here, that means you chose the Chinese turquoise, as well as the angel number 123. So we're actually going to go ahead and read this angel number first. So 123 means vision. Your path will not look identical to anyone else's. That is what makes you unique. Remember that as you stay the path that feels connected, the path will continue to lead you to alignment. Let your vision be as different as you are. And there's also an affirmation at the bottom, and it says, my path is mine and mine alone. When I follow, my path alignment comes naturally. Okay. So, sounds like we're going to be talking about a unique path that you may be going on. Let me go ahead and put this over here. Move this to the side. One other thing that I felt drawn to do today was actually use these new Astro Dice that I got. I have not used them before. I have also never used Astro Dice before. I have seen them used, and I've always wanted to be able to use them. But I am not that... I have not studied astrology enough to really, like, right off the bat know what they mean. If something does resonate with me and I feel like I need to say something, I will. But because I am not that comfortable in using these just yet, I am going to be looking them up. And I will provide the link that I am reading from down below in the description. But yeah, I just don't, I'm not ashamed to say that I'm not comfortable using these just yet. I'm more comfortable using my cards. That's what I've gotten used to. These I'm not used to just yet. Okay, we've got 11th house. We've got, I believe that's Scorpio. And not that great with planetary signs. I think that's Neptune. But give me 1 second and I will look up what all of this means for you. Okay, so what we got here actually is Virgo and Saturn in the 11th house. Okay. And so from this site that I'm going to be reading from, it says, with Saturn and Virgo in the 11th house, you're the type who approaches social responsibility with the precision of Swiss watchmaker, with the precision of a Swiss watchmaker and the diligence of a Virgo. You're the one in your social circle who always has a plan, a backup plan, and a backup to the backup plan. When it comes to discipline and responsibility, you're as reliable as they come. Saturn, the taskmaster of the zodiac, in the meticulous sign of Virgo, makes you a stickler for details. You believe in a job well done and won't rest until every I is dotted and T is crossed. This can sometimes make you come across as a bit of a perfectionist, but hey, who said there's anything wrong with striving for excellence? Now add the 11th house to this mix and things get interesting. This house is all about groups, friendships, and humanitarian ideals. So with Virgo's attention to detail and Saturn's discipline, they're often directed towards social causes and group dynamics. You're the one who organizes the charity drives, who ensures that everyone's voice is heard in group discussions, and who steps up when a friend is in need. However, this placement can also make you a tad critical of others who don't meet your high standards. Remember, not everyone can be on as the ball as you are, and that's okay. The world needs its dreamers and procrastinators too. Try to be a little more understanding of your less organized friends. After all, they probably look up to you and your ability to keep everything running smoothly. In a nutshell, with Saturn and Virgo in the 11th house, you're a disciplined, detail-oriented social butterfly. Just remember to take a break from your responsibilities every now and then. Even the most precise of Swiss watches need to unwind. Okay, I also kind of felt like I needed to read this on Google. Interesting. Okay, so sorry, I just took a moment to read it. It says Saturn and Virgo in the 11th house. See if this resonates with you guys. You will be, if it doesn't resonate, then just dismiss this, but I did feel like I needed to read this. You will be disturbed by your partner's attitude, and this might create conflict and disturbances in your relationship. This situation will spread negativity in your personal life. However, in your workplace, people might understand your way of working and can help in achieving targets. Okay, I did kind of feel like there was a cross connect between pile 1 and pile 2. And in pile 1, we were talking a lot about community. So perhaps that was also in the intro as well. So this community could actually be your workplace. That's really interesting. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and put Virgo up here with Saturn and the 11th house. We're going to take a look at your oracle cards. So on top here, we've got spiritual. We have luminous. And we have create. Okay, very cool. Got a lot of purple. I also felt the need to wear purple today. And that kind of helps with intuition. Maybe there's something with your intuition that you kind of feel like there's like this sense of knowing. I kind of feel like got vision. 1, 2, 3. So maybe your intuition is telling you the path to take. My path is mine and mine alone. When I follow my path, alignment comes naturally. So perhaps this partnership that I just read about that has this negativity in it. They don't want you to take this path. Sorry, my cat's feeder just went off. Literally right behind me. I didn't even realize what time it was. I wouldn't have filmed if I knew I was getting close to that time. But that's okay. I'll just make a quick little cut and it's gone. So yeah. Your partner may not want you to take this path. But I feel like your spiritual team is encouraging you to remind you that your path is yours and yours alone. And that's going to lead you into alignment. It's going to lead you into your light. Got an image of a moth here. It's like you're the moth, directing to your light, directing to this candle, directing to abundance. And there's something here that you want to create. I kind of feel like this woman on the bench here lighting a candle or incense. She's got her cat supporting her. It's like I kind of feel like it's like you starting small with your creation. And then it's going to grow. The witch here is holding, it looks like, it's kind of like, those like Halloween buckets. That's kind of what it makes me think of. That's in the shape of a pumpkin that kids carry around on Halloween. It kind of makes me think. But she's got her bucket or bag here, these stars, and it has the same kind of smoke effect that this has. And I kind of feel like that this bag or bucket is just a bigger version of what is started with. Take off like a moth, like the moth towards the light, is what I just heard. And then this witch has a ton of little lights around her. Finding your light. Okay. Finding the right people you're supposed to be with. They're your light. Okay. So I'm shuffling these tarot cards. I literally just got them today in the mail. I ordered them online. And when I was getting ready to start up my channel again, I felt like I needed to be using these cards, and I'm just kind of like, yeah, but Spirit. Okay. Okay, one just popped out. Well, actually quite a few popped out, but one like went flying. The image on it's already really interesting. I'll show you in just a bit once I get some more cards here. But yeah, when I had gotten this deck, okay, there's that one. Oop. Okay, all right. And 1 second. So I already got these two cards. I'm glad that the one card that just flew out at first wasn't shown, because there actually is some nudity on it. So give me 1 second. I'm going to see if I can figure out how to cover this up. So here are your tarot cards laid out. And this is the image, this first one here that just flew out, that I found really interesting. I felt drawn to talk about that partnership thing. And here, literally, we have what looks to me like memories, because we have the Tower card here. This is like, but this is a different image for the Tower card than what I usually see. And I'm just going off of images here and making the connections of what we've already been saying. But these feel like memories to me of this man and woman embracing. They're in love. They're intimate with each other. But yet, we see this woman here looking down like she's sad. And, you know, maybe sad about what used to be. But then with the Ace of Cups and the Initiate of Cups, I'm not sure what the Initiate is. Maybe, because like I said, this is a new deck and it didn't come with a book. So I'm not sure. This might be the Page of Cups. Regardless, what I got from these two cards immediately was, you've got the Ace of Cups here. Usually, when I see an Ace of Cups card, the cup is full of water already and it's overflowing and it's like, you know, the water's just flowing out. We don't have this here. But what I got from it was like you being encouraged to pick up this cup, like what she has here in her hand, and fill it up yourself. And we've got these two dolphins in the background. Whenever I see dolphins, I always think that they're playful. But they're also jumping in this direction to this other Cups card. And so it's kind of like leading you in that direction of like, we leave this behind. Whatever we leave these memories behind. We leave this negativity behind. Fill up our own cup. We make our own path. And then we're going to be so much better off. And then her scarf here has 2 pentacles on it, which then makes me think of the 2 pentacles card about, like, you know, juggling things. But, you know, we don't really see her doing that, but I kind of see it like not in a negative way, that you may be with your work, you know, able to do that kind of thing, able to juggle multiple things with ease. Like, I don't get any stress from this card at all. I get stress over here with this Tower. I don't get stress over here. Okay, let's go ahead and get some more Oracle cards. Also getting, because I know relationship was like a very big thing for this reading. If, I do want to say, like, if you're not in a relationship, perhaps this for you means that there's something else that is negative and you need to leave behind. I'm not entirely sure what that is for you. All right, these two wanted to come out. Because right now it is mainly focused on a relationship. But yeah, it could be a job, maybe leaving a job behind is what I'm getting. You know, a certain job to lead you into another job that you really want. It could be as simple as that, but for the general message, it is a relationship. We get have faith in your dreams. I had a feeling this card would pop up, and again, there's more purple to it. Got a lot of purple. Your intuition, I feel like, is definitely spot on what you need to do. You need to listen to it more. Or your guides are showing you signs that you need to listen to it more. We also got another purple card. A new start is coming. Ooh. A new start is coming. Oh, that's so good. Maybe this new start. Maybe for some of you, this new start is your path. And that this is serving more as a warning. You know, there may be somebody who doesn't agree with this new start. But you need to fill up your cup with it. You need to start it. So you need to start it so you can get here. Your path is yours. Okay, your life is yours. You may share it with somebody else, but it's still yours. It can't just be one-sided. You know, your partner can't be the one getting what they want all the time. You need to also focus on you. You know, your vision, whatever your vision is, a new start is coming so you can hop on that path. Whatever that unique path is. Let your visions be as different as you are. Vision. I'm getting a lot of purple. And so maybe kind of also getting dreams with it, because we were talking about have faith in your dreams. So I was getting the sense of like your dreams are literally telling you, or literally giving you visions on what to do with your path. I felt like this wanted to come out. Reveal what needs to be seen. Reveal what needs to be seen. Last quarter moon in Scorpio. Sorry, I'm getting like multiple things for that card, and I'm just trying to like focus on which one needs to be said first. Reveal what needs to be seen. Maybe in relation with your dreams. If you find yourself maybe like waking up at night, make sure to have a dream journal next to you and write down what you just dreamt about, so then you can remember it in the morning. Or you could be getting dreams being revealed to you from your guides. I'm also getting there may be something for some of you that you don't see with your partner. Okay. We're just going to go with them. So first, that fella, speak your world into being. First quarter moon in Leo, be humble. New moon in Leo, shine. And last quarter moon in Libra, make time for self-love. Wow. Okay. Speak your world into being actually makes me think of like you sitting down with this person and saying, no, this is what I want and this is what I'm doing. Make time for your self-love with Libra. I'm also thinking balancing what you want to do, like what you want to work towards, what you want to create, with your self-love, taking time for breaks. I'm also getting, since this is focused on like a toxic, negative relationship, learning to love yourself again without this person or this thing. You know, if it's not a person, it's a certain thing in your life. And remember to shine. But also the shine relating to this cup card here of what your outcome will be. It's also getting with the spiritual card, like have faith in your guides if you are using spiritual practice to communicate with your guides. To have faith in starting this new thing. Have faith in leaving the negative energy behind, because it's going to lead you to something great. I can't remember if I said this, so I'm just going to say it again, if I had already said it. Reveal what needs to be seen and speak your world into being was also coming out as you revealing something that is from your partner. For some of you, maybe even most of you, since this has been a very direct relationship thing, a very heavy relationship thing, you're revealing something and you're speaking about it. and you're speaking up for yourself. And then I kind of feel that leading into a decision, you know, that decision being made to probably cut ties with this negativity. Okay, let's get, not with this one, this one. Let's see if we can get anything else. Too many cards. You guys are getting quite a bit of cards. So we're going to go with this one. I never know how to fully say this. Pleiades, double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. The Age of Light. You've been training for this for lifetimes. Align your life. What is not aligned or needs to be changed. Okay. That one, I mean, right off the bat, is talking about letting go of this negativity. You know, finding your alignment. We literally have in the 1, 2, 3 angel number card. Your path, you know, your path is your own. And when you follow your path, it's going to align naturally. So that holds true. But then we got Age of Light. You've been training for this for lifetimes. Pleiades, double mission, channeling and uplifting harmony. This feels so spiritual to me, like with that first card. What you create is going to uplift humanity in some way. It doesn't have to be a world thing, like, you know, let's say, just as an example, like a famous author and their book is known worldwide. It doesn't, whatever you're doing to uplift humanity doesn't necessarily need to be worldwide. I do kind of have goosebumps with that though. So maybe that is for some of you. We did talk about community a little bit in the intro, so it could be uplifting a community, but pile 1 was very heavy on community. This one is definitely more about yourself. Could also be talking about uplifting yourself, like you leave the negativity behind, you do your creation, and you feel so proud of yourself in the end. If we're talking about this from a spiritual aspect, then these 2 cards, I will say that what is coming, what this new start is coming, is literally your life's mission. We've got double mission here. So maybe there is a double mission going on for you. Maybe there is multiple things. I did talk about with this, you know, juggling multiple things. Doesn't necessarily need to be for all of you. That could only be, you know, that may only be for some of you. Age of Light. You've been training this for lifetimes. Could be, you know, the spiritual thing, like I had just said, that you are coming in to what your mission, your life mission is, but it can also be, what I'm getting is there may have been something that you've been wanting to create, and there's been this negativity that's been holding you back, but you've you've already trained for this thing. So, because that's what I don't feel like you necessarily need to train for it. I feel like for a lot of you, this could be training that you've already done and you want to move forward with what you want to do. For some of you, may need to put in some more training, which could be, leading to that negativity. And so, doesn't really necessarily see it as something worthwhile, but you want to put in the time to do it, which does kind of relate a little bit to pile 1's reading as well. But another thing I'm seeing with this card too is alignment. You literally have what I'm thinking like a chakras lining up through the middle of the body. You are in alignment and you're going to soar. Soar with joy, soar with success. I'm also kind of getting that for some of you, could be all of you. Oops. Oh, that's great. Before I read that card, this image of like this broken woman could be what you are feeling like right now. But we've got protection here. Create a safe space. Within this circle, you are protected and empowered. Got a couple things. So if this is a spiritual thing for you, if you have been contacting your spiritual team, literally you can do some work to protect yourself that way, spiritually. But protection also from your guides as well throughout this tough time. And also creating a safe space for you, like when you are ready to cut that negativity out. And then you just like, no more, and you literally like banish this from your life. You're like, no more. This is never entering my space again. And that is you protecting your space. Since we have so many cards, let's see if we can get another one. That's right. Abundance. Okay. I knew these two cards were going to come out for somebody. Abundance. The chalice overflows with potential. Drink from it and prosper. Oh my god, hold on. Let me bring out this card. Ace of Cups. The chalice overflows with potential. Drink from it and prosper. Drink from it and prosper. Picking up the cup and drinking from it. I literally said that near the beginning of the reading. You picking up the cup. And it's going to overflow. This card and this card wanted to come out immediately. I didn't even get to shuffle this deck yet. But this deck is a bit new. It's going to give a little bit more on like timing and such. Could also give a little bit of something else, but immediately I got July. So currently when I'm filming this, it is September of 2024, but depending on when you're watching this, it could be whatever July is for the next July for you. So it could be next month when you're watching this. It could be like if you're watching it right now, after this is posted, it's going to go up in September 2024. So July 2025, you can start to see things happening. That may be when this new start is coming for some of you. And so we're going to be putting in this work to cut out this negativity, really start creating. We get a new start, or July is also when we're going to be seeing this unfold. Also got not in this lifetime. And I don't necessarily see that as like it's not going to happen for you at all. What you want to have happen isn't going to happen for you. That's not what I got from that. What I got from that is kind of, it's more of like what you are saying to this negativity, not in this lifetime. That's what I got from it. So I'm going to go ahead and shuffle these cards more to see if we can get more of a direct timing, because July may not be for all of you. Just see if we get something else. But yeah, that's literally, I see that as your attitude. Not in this lifetime. Get out of my space. I've got things I gotta do. Okay, these two were about to fly out. We got June. Okay, and we also got next couple of months. Okay, so depending on where you are at with this reading, it could be you already starting to cut out this negativity and you've already been putting in the work. So within the next couple of months, you could either start this new thing that's coming, or you could see things unfold in the next couple of months. Or with all of that, it could be you realizing maybe now I need to start cutting out this negativity, listening to your intuition, cut this negativity out, put in the work, and then in June or July, you may start to see something unfold. If you are listening to this maybe in the future and it is already June or July, then maybe that is just confirmation of like, hey, you're going to start seeing things this month. Or it could mean a year from the time you are watching this. You just take what resonates with you. Oh my goodness. Okay. That wasn't as many as I thought it was. So, first, some affirmations. We got, oh my god, I am the dreamer of my dream. Goes along with this have faith in your dreams card. Have faith in your dreams, meaning goals as well. Not just literal dreams, but goals. Have faith in your goals. And you are the goal orienter in your goal. Whatever, you know what I'm trying to say, I hope. Happiness is my birthright. So if this negativity is telling you that you can't be happy, or whatever you're trying to do with your dream isn't going to make you happy, that's not true. That is not true. It's your birthright. And the moment I embrace my peace within and surrender the outcome is the moment that the universe can truly get to work. So the moment you embrace your peace after letting this negativity go, and you surrender to that peace, and you surrender to your creativity, is the moment that your guides can really help you unfold this future for you. Is the moment that you can truly work on what you want to do and letting that unfold for you as well. Okay, so I don't think I'm getting anything else. Your pile and pile 1's reading was quite a lot. I really hope that this resonated with you. I hope this helped you out. I wish you the best of luck. I hope you have a great day. I hope you have a great rest of your week. I hope you have a great next couple of months, year, whatever, just a great life. And I hope that you can leave this negativity behind and move forward. So, yeah, that's all I got for you. And I hope to see you in the next video. Bye! Hello, Pile 3, and welcome to your reading. If you are here, that means you chose the green jade crystal, as well as the angel number 999. And we're just going to go ahead and read this card really quick. You know what I just realized I forgot to do? I forgot to read the meanings of the crystals in piles 1 and 2, I think. Oops. Okay, well, I will edit that in at some point. And maybe I'll just go ahead and do it for you too, so then it's all even, and yeah, we can do that. But 999 is release. It says, endings are new beginnings in disguise. An ending symbolizes the closure of one door and the opening of another. The whisper is reminding you to release and allow. It is in the release where the magic happens. And there's also an affirmation at the bottom, and it says, doors open for me where others have closed, bringing transformation to my mind, my body, and my soul. Okay. Okay, so endings and beginnings is kind of something that's been a little bit of a running theme with these past videos as well, you know, transformation and stuff like that. But really, like, you know, this is really specific. This is really specific about like a death and rebirth kind of thing. Doors closing, you know, when maybe you don't even want them to close, but they need to close, or doors that you do want to finally have close are actually closed, and now you're having some new doors opening. But releasing the past is also what I'm getting as well. So I'm going to move your jade crystal up here. And then we're going to move on to these astro dice that I recently purchased and got. So like I told the first 2 piles, I am not entirely comfortable using these just yet. It's something that I've always been wanting to do, but astrology and meetings with the planets and stuff like that, I'm not that good at just yet. Like I said, I'm not that comfortable. Memory, for some reason, just does not want to stick the information and keep it in my mind. So yeah, it's really difficult for me to know things about the houses and the planets right off the bat. So I'm going to be reading from a website, and that's what I did for the first 2 piles. I'll have the link in the description below. But let's go ahead and see what you get. Okay, we've got Scorpio in the 11th house, and I believe that is the North Node. So just give me 1 second and I will go ahead and look up your astro dice. Okay, so I was actually correct. That is Scorpio in the North Node in the 11th house. The website that I'm reading from is calling it the North Node, the true lunar node in the title. But they do describe it as a North Node, so I'm not sure if it's going to go back and forth between saying true lunar node or North Node, but just letting you know that that is what that means. So with your North Node in Scorpio in the 11th house, your soul's mission in this lifetime is to dive deep into the world of human connections, group dynamics, and shared ideals. You're here to learn about the power of transformation through friendships, networks, and collective endeavors. Okay, so we were talking about transformation a little bit with your angel card and your angel number card, I mean. And also in the intro, we were talking about like groups, you know, friendships, networks, collective endeavors, things like that. Also, I'm sorry that if you hear things in the background, my roommate is home and she sounds like she's doing something downstairs. So unfortunately, my microphone's going to probably pick that up. So I apologize for the noise. But let's continue on this website about your astro dice. So it goes now, Scorpio is not a sign that does anything halfway. It's all or nothing. Your journey involves embracing the intensity and passion of Scorpio, learning to navigate the undercurrents of social interactions, and using your influence for the greater good. This is not about superficial friendships or casual acquaintances. You're here to form deep, transformative bonds with others and to learn the value of trust, loyalty, and emotional honesty in relationships. In the 11th house, the house of friendships, groups, and aspirations, this journey takes on a social dimension. You're not just here to transform yourself, but to be a catalyst to change in your community. You might find yourself drawn to causes, movements, or organizations that are working to make the world a better place. Your role is to be the deep diver, the one who isn't afraid to delve into the complexities and challenges that these groups face, and to use your insights to help them evolve and transform. But don't forget, with great power comes great responsibility. You need to be careful not to become manipulative or controlling in your relationships. Remember, your mission is to foster transformation through trust and mutual respect, not to impose your will on others. So, as a way to just kind of wrap up the whole message of what this means, your soul's purpose awaits. And remember, no matter how deep you go, always come up for air. After all, even Scorpios need to breathe. Okay. Yeah, so a lot about community. Groups, friendships, networks, transformations. Yeah, okay. So we're going to go in with these cards and see what else we can get. Because that sounds so powerful as I was reading all of that. It sounds like a lot. So let's look at your oracle cards here. We've got Soulful, Tranquility, and Authentic. Soulful, Tranquility, and Authentic. You know what? The only thing I'm getting at the moment, because I feel like we need some more cards here to pull it all together. Authenticity being authentic to yourself, being authentic in the presence of others, but I'm more so hearing yourself. Maybe that's your ending, like leaving behind not being authentic, not being your true self to others. Maybe if we're in a workplace, trust me, I get this, because I've done customer service jobs. I've done quite a few where you kind of have to put on a face to the customer. You put on that mask. But now you're having this new beginning of showing your true selves. Maybe showing your true self, but also it feeling soulful, it lifting up your soul and giving you a sense of tranquility. I love how this cat is looking up at the stars in awe. It's kind of what I feel like for you. Soulful with the owl in the image. Maybe kind of wising up to leaving that job or something behind. Okay. Okay, right away with the Devil card, we do have transformation right here. And at least in this deck, this is also a brand new deck. I was so focused on the Oracle cards, I didn't explain. This is a brand new deck to me. I literally just got it today in the mail. I feel like we need another card, though. I feel like that one wanted to come out, actually. Oh, jeez. Do we want all that? Okay, let's go with it. Maybe even this top card, too. Okay. I got a lot here. I feel like each pile has been pretty heavy. But the Devil card, it's not evil. It's talking about transformation. It literally does talk about endings and beginnings. Okay. Okay, let's kind of go with how they fell out best we can here. My gosh, we got quite a bit here. Okay. Ace of Cups popped up in the last pile as well. Maybe you came from there. Wow. Let me just take a moment. There's a lot of cards here. Okay. So I am actually, with these cards, seeing endings and beginnings. I mean, literally, like, feeling tired, feeling sad, possibly even depressed. Feeling like people are against you. But what I also see is you standing your ground. You know, you're not taking it anymore. You're literally, she's stepping on a sword right here. There's actually broken pieces of swords around her. And she's thrown some away. But I kind of feel like it's after a conflict, possibly within. Let me look at this card a little bit better, but possibly within a community. Like, I feel like there's some conflict, but not with everyone. It kind of feels like in this image, some people are trying to stop the conflict, which then it kind of ties in over here with them holding hands. I don't know. Yeah, you can kind of see it, but coming together, burning that bridge, leaving it behind, possibly seeking some therapy. One thing I was talking about with this Ace of Cups in the last pile was that usually when I see Ace of Cups in a deck, there's already water in it and it's overflowing. And it always feels like it's so abundant to me. But in this deck, in this new deck that I just got, there is no water. And so literally what I was saying in the last pile, it's kind of like, it's not the same image, but in this one she also has a chalice, and it's like picking it up and filling it on your own and then watching it overflow. When we put in the work for what we really want in this new beginning, Novice of Pentacles does literally make me feel like a novice, like literally a novice. You are starting something new, something brand new, picking it up and learning about it. You're going to feel so much better. Ooh, I just realized something with this image. She has the cup. You know, she's finally picked up that chalice. It's like, and she's looking into the mirror. And what she sees is, yes, a reflection of herself, but she looks different. She looks happier. And the person holding the chalice does kind of look like she had just gotten out of the shower, like she just cleaned herself up. Okay, hair is tied back. She's getting ready to put on makeup, start her day. But that's kind of what I feel like you represent right now. Like, you just cleaned yourself up, washed away the negativity that we have going on over here. You know, it's like leaving the boat. Leaving on this boat away from this burning building. and you're looking in the mirror at your future. So either this burning the bridge has already happened, and this is what you're going through right now. And what I see is encouragement to be authentic. And that's going to lead you to tranquility and feeling like your soul is on fire in the best way. Encouragement to maybe seek some therapy. And this community can be anything. It could be a church, which is kind of what this image is resembling, but it could also be a work community. Excuse me. I'm also seeing this as, or it could also be like family, something that you need to burn that bridge on. But I'm also seeing, like what I had said in pile 2 with the Ace of Cups, there's these 2 dolphins here. And dolphins to me usually signify like playfulness. So maybe bringing some playfulness back into your life, but they're also jumping this way. And so I kind of feel like this is also guidance from your guides to do this, to burn that bridge, to break those swords that, were a danger to you. Yeah, whatever this is that's hurting you. You got 2 images where she's tied up here, and then there's another image of being tied up in this corner as, she's talking about her experiences to the therapist. You probably also have seen others get harmed in some way, and that also sits with you. Perhaps burning the bridge for some of you was also letting go of certain traumas. And so you're breaking those swords, those traumas, being encouraged to leave them behind so you can start this new beginning. And kind of something I was talking about in another pile. You may not have everybody agree with you on starting this new beginning, but it's very important that you do, for your own sake, for your own soul, for your own authentic self, for your own tranquility. So let's go ahead and get some more cards. Okay. Nothing will come of this situation void, of course, Moon. So nothing would come of this situation if you were to stay where you're at right now. Nothing will come of this situation if you speak your truth. You are your own authentic self, and other people don't like it. Nothing will come from that in a negative way. The only thing that can come from that is your own tranquility. So if you're afraid of stepping out of your current situation, negative situation, I should say, that is just a sign saying, I lost what I was saying now. Because I looked at the other card that just popped out. Sorry about that. I lost what I was going to say. So hopefully, maybe in post edit, I'll write something, like I'll have a text or something saying what I mean, or hopefully whatever I was saying led to just like a resonated dot for you of like, oh yeah, now I know what you mean. Hopefully. Wow. I don't know why I feel like I need to just draw another card for this, but the first card that popped up was Make Time for Self-Love, which came up with another group. Can't remember which one at the moment. Make time for self-love is definitely important for you, especially with how this reading is. And this card here with the Two of Cups literally feels like self-love to me in that image. You know, washing yourself, that negativity, wash that negativity away, literally pamper yourself for a day. And then start on that new journey. We also have Talk Less, Feel More. Talk less about what you want is also what I'm hearing, and actually do it. Talk less with that, what I just said, but feel more. Really feel. Okay, so I'm gonna say something that was given as advice for me. It was from my own therapist in the past. Obviously, I am not a therapist, so don't take this as like I am a therapist talking to you. I am not a therapist. Okay. Leave that to your own therapists. But my advice that I am now going to give to you, that was given to me, was to actually sit with your trauma. Cry it out. Sit with your trauma, cry it out, let it go, and then wash yourself away from that negativity and start a new beginning. And putting in the work toward what you want. So feel more, meaning really sit and feel everything. It sucks. I will talk about that from experience. It sucks. It is a hard thing to do. And there is no right or wrong length of time in which you allow yourself to do that. You know, you release it when you're ready. You release it when you're ready. And then take off. Soar. Start that new project. It's okay that you're brand new. Just continue putting in the work. I also feel, since we drew from two, I'm going to draw another one of these. That one wanted to pop out. Ooh, perfect. Look at the bigger picture. Full moon in Sagittarius. Look at the bigger picture. Talking about this image right here again. You know, washing yourself away of that negativity, looking at yourself in the mirror, imagining what could be, what you want, what you need, and then going out and doing it. This deck does not like me today. It keeps making things full. And this deck also takes a little bit to pop out a card, and then when it does, it just like flies out and then and then it falls like it just did. We've got, I don't know how to say that, Matakan? Longing for home, belonging, the original light workers. Longing for home, belonging, finding a sense of belonging. Maybe you don't feel like you belong in your community right now, whether that's work or a religious place or family, even a friendship, friend groups, friend circles, I mean. Longing for something new, longing for that beginning. Maybe going back to your beginning, longing for literal home. You know, where you came from. Maybe some of you do need to go home to kind of reset. If that makes sense. Reset in a way of, you know, again, cleaning yourself up. And, you know, again, starting anew, putting in the work. That isn't, like I said, that doesn't necessarily have to be for all of you. That could just be for some of you, but something that I felt needed to be said. Also, share your voice. Come out of the cave. Persecution, expression. Ooh. Maybe there's something that needs to be said in this community. Come out of that cave, come out of that mask that we were talking about. Speak your authentic self. Express yourself. Persecution kind of makes me think of this card here. Being tied up. Maybe feeling persecuted. But maybe what it's saying is to reverse that on the person who is persecuting. You know, you share your voice and you come back at them and you're just like, hey, this is not okay. What you are doing is not okay. And maybe once you share your voice, others will too. You know, kind of going with this Emperor card. With just how this image is on here. And when I say that, I know my camera's blurry, but like you've got this guy here on the edge looking like he's pulling this guy away from the group. And then the others are just continuing doing what they're doing. And you've got the people here are watching to make sure this guy doesn't do anything. So yeah, I think that's what I'm getting from that. I don't see anything else. Come out of your cave. Speaking up. Share your voice. I know it says talk less, feel more over here, but I feel like that's more in regards to the self-love, the self-care, like it's like the aftermath. This feels more like now. That's what you've got to do. Or share your voice with, maybe it is part of the aftermath for some of you. You know, instead of taking a more direct, aggressive approach like what we were just talking about, talking to your therapist and sharing your voice with them. Okay. Okay, so the first two that popped up. We've got protection. This popped up for another group as well. Reading, create a safe create a safe space. Within this circle, you are protected and empowered. So, create a safe space for yourself, which could literally mean removing yourself from the situation altogether. I also was picking up in regards to this pile, creating a safe space for others as well, which could be tied to sharing your voice in a more direct sense, if that is something that is actually safe for you to do. Alignment. Align your energy. Crystals can heal and amplify your intentions. We were also talking about alignment in pile 1, I want to say. All 3 piles today have been very heavy, so I can't really remember which one, but I think it was pile 1. I could be wrong. No, it was pile 2. It was talking about aligning yourself. I remember now. Some of you came from pile 2. Finding what aligns you. Realigning yourself with self-love and self-care. And then we've got enlighten. Illumination is near. A period of enlightenment and clarity awaits. Okay. So I think we had, what was the card called? Like luminous or something? It had a moth going to the light. And then you have illumination is near. So you may not see the light yet, but it's coming. And what this illumination is, for some of you, this reading could be the illumination and give you the courage to stand up for yourself. Or you could have already taken, this action of leaving this negativity behind And now you're in the self-care phase. And then your light is going to show itself soon. And you're going to kind of have this aha moment of like, yes, this is what I need to do. This is what I need to work towards. Regardless of where you are at right now, this light is going to show itself to you. Let's actually see when this light is going to show itself to you. Ooh, all right. We got quite a bit, but since this is a general reading, I'm going to go with it. We got April. So the next April from when you're viewing this video, we got next couple of days. We also have, okay, we're going to go with this one. We got November. So that's literally from when this is being filmed. That's 2 months away. And actually, let's bring this here. And tomorrow looks promising. 33. I know that wasn't an angel number that you had gotten here, but this actually popped out to me, so I'm going to look up 333 angel number meaning. Encourages to set plans into action and let your personal strength be the guide to trust yourself and put thought into your choices. I feel like that's rather fitting with what we've been talking about. But also, we've got something pretty exciting. Time will bring a surprise. We were talking about giving yourself time for release, to sit with those emotions. And that's kind of what I'm feeling from it. And once you let this negativity go, there's going to be a surprise waiting for you. And it could be in April. That could also be something it's talking about. It could be in the next couple of days. It could be in November. It could be tomorrow for some of you. I know this is a very broad sense of time, but because it is a general reading, it's kind of hard to pinpoint exactly what is meant for you. But I would just sit with these cards for the timing and figure out which one resonates with you the most. Like, obviously, you're going to be hoping for that tomorrow, but that may not be where you are at right now. You may not be able to accept this just yet tomorrow. But if April's looking good, then I'm going to say go with April. Don't go with what you hope for, go with what you feel is right. Okay. I think that's all I'm getting with those. So let's go into our last deck here. Ooh, felt like that one did pop out. Probably this one as well. Alright, I'm going to go with those two. So, the first one that was eager to pop out was I honor how I want to feel. Talk less, feel more. I honor what I want to feel. Let go of the negativity and allow in what you want to feel and honor it. Really take it in and hold on to it. And that may give you the motivation to move forward as you look at this bigger picture. And this is literally the name of the for this next card, it's literally the name of the deck itself, but it's just serving as a reminder that the universe has your back. You're not alone. Okay, your guides are with you. And maybe you needed to hear that. Maybe you do feel alone. I'm also getting a sense of community, but that, that the universe means community. If this is a workplace for you, as an example, we were talking about like not being alone. Others are going to speak up with you. And if they're not speaking up with you, they may be there for you as support. Okay, I knew there was a reason why I pulled this deck out today. And I felt like it needed to be said. Okay. Last but not least, we have Ace of Wands, taking action on your creativity. And also Seven of Cups, in that there are many choices that you can take. But talking about endings and beginnings, what I see in both of these cards is actually a butterfly. There's a butterfly above this cup, and there's a butterfly over here flying towards a wand. Literal transformation, literal ending and beginning. And like you said, there may be choices in front of you, but you're going to have that light. You're going to have that aha moment pointing you in the right direction. It's kind of like this butterfly here, seeing the aha moment, latching onto this wand, flying towards the wand, latching onto it, and then taking action. Give me one moment. I'm gonna actually grab my guidebook because there are meanings to each of the symbols on these cups. I kind of want to read what the butterfly is specifically. Give me one moment. I'll probably just cut to the next thing. Here we go. The final cup with the butterfly beckons you to the element of air. Sharpen your intellect, hone your instincts, and pay attention to your intuition. What sort of new knowledge will the element of air blow into your world? Kind of makes me feel like with this illumination card, that it's near. Something's going to be blowing into your world to give you clarity. Another thing that makes me think that maybe some of you came from pile 2 is that I was talking about intuition a lot in that reading. And now we got the butterfly talking about intuition in this. But I'm also going to read the one next to it that has coins, and because I felt my eye drawn to that as well. See, the 5th card. Why does it say card? I think that's a typo. The 5th cup holds jewels and gold coins, inviting you to dig in and work magic with the element of earth. Focus on crystal, stones, minerals, and metals. Okay, that doesn't really help me. But what I was getting from that on my own, I thought the book would say something helpful, but that wasn't really helpful. is with this pyrite, talking about literal money, talking about abundance. And it doesn't have to just be abundance with money, but abundance in your self-care. Abundance in a more fulfilling life that you are heading towards. That's what I'm getting from that. Okay, so I think that is actually all I have for you today. I know this was a lot. Take as much time as you need to just sit with that, really feel it, really think things over if you really need to, if this resonated with you. But just know that things look promising. Believe in yourself. Remember, you have a voice. But also remember, you can leave whatever is not serving you. Maybe you need, we were talking about earlier about going back home. Maybe you don't have to physically go back home. Maybe there are people at home, wherever you're from, who can help give you advice, who can help push you in the right direction. Maybe they're the light you need. And they'll give you that aha moment. Again, take that if it, take whatever resonates with you. But you've got, I think, many choices in front of you on what can lead you to this light. But I wish you the best. I wish you a happy life. I wish you a good day, a good week, a good month, a good year. Just all the best. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.